Warning, this list is about anime characters in anime who drink a lot of alcohol. I do not condone getting wasted or drinking in excess. Please be mindful of how much you drink on this holiday and stay safe. Thank you. Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another top 10. So, this is the culmination of an idea that came in my head when I was talking to Mr. Zen Lopez. So, please, to show him some thanks, subscribe to his channel. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box below. So, I thought, hey, it's St. Patrick's Day, by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day. What can I do for a video? And I'm like, well, I could do a top 10, but what top 10 would I do? Hey, guess what? Today, a lot of people drink. You know, that's one of the things about St. Patrick's Day. I think that appeals to almost everyone. So I figured, why not do top 10 most drunken characters who still kick ass? I don't know what I'm going to exactly title that, because that might be a little too long for a title. But at least that's what it is going to be here. So this way you know all these characters on this list kick some major ass, even though they get plastered. Now, I will have an honorable mention, of course, as that's going to be the first one up. But I will also have then in order of who I think is worthy of being on a top spot. So I do have a list in this order, so it's going to be pretty cool. Now, honorable mention number 1 is going to be Crow from Revie. Now, the reason honorable mention Crow is because Crow, even though he kicks so much ass, even though he can wield a sword and slash scythe, you know, with precision and accuracy despite being plastered, and we've seen that several times in Revie in the newer seasons, he's not an anime character, unfortunately. He's close to it. I feel like Revie has the heart and soul of an anime, don't get me wrong. But by definition, he's not an anime character, so I can't put him on this, actual top 10 list. But I wanted to give him some credit, so I decided, you know what? Let me have him in the honorable mention section, and it still works for that. So, he kicks ass. I want to give him some spotlight, but this is as much as I can give him, unfortunately. I'm going to actually now start the real top 10 right now. So, at number 10 is a girl that many don't know about, Melissa Mao from Full Metal Panic. Now, Melissa Mao, several times in the series, gets plastered. And we've seen her down some beers left and right, but then she can pull a gun out and she can pilot a mech and be perfectly fine. And how many girls can you say do that? I don't think I know any girls that could do that. I mean, I don't think we have any mechs in this world that are actually real, but, still, how could you, in anime, it's very rare that girls can do this. And I think that besides being really hot, Melissa Mao is hot, she still kicks ass. And she kicks ass being drunk, nonetheless. That's weird. But that's awesome about her character. I mean, it makes it even more funny just because she, I think most people don't realize, oh, she can get plastered, she's going to be drunk, but then she pulls a gun out and with precision still aims to kill. I think that's awesome. So, with that being said, at number 9 is also another female who can kick ass despite being drunk sometimes. Misato from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now, Misato doesn't pilot a mech. She doesn't really have a lot of things she does even though she gets drunk. But when it comes to, having to make sure that everyone's in order and making sure that her unit is working squeaky clean, even if she's drunk and plastered, she will still work her ass off to make sure that the units that she has in her control do their job. There's plenty of times Shinji has lost control and yet she's just got over a whole bunch of drinks, but she'll still make sure that he's not completely out of the game. She takes control and she leads the charge. I think that's awesome. I mean, she doesn't really drink a lot during the show. More so she drinks after a lot of the battles and stuff like that, but she still can get wasted pretty much. Anyways, moving on to number 8, Miroku from Inuyasha. Now, this monk, besides being a pervert, besides getting plastered himself several times in the show, he still can kick ass. He takes his staff, he'll beat the crap out of some character without any thought behind it. He just, hey, listen, you know what? He's had to fight demons and shit drunk, and he will still kick ass. That's pretty cool. I mean, the drunken sage and slash monk has been done in anime before, but I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for the sheer fact that he's like one of the first monks in an anime that gets drunk all the time and yet still kicks ass. I mean, I was almost thinking of having Jiraiya from Naruto in this list, but I was like, Miroku, he kicks a little more ass in terms of like the older style, and he doesn't have very many tricks up his sleeve to do it, but he still kicks ass. Anyways, moving on to number 7. Karuru from Uta where Monero. Now, Yeah, I probably butchered that name because I've always been unable to say the name of the series that I like. I love the series, don't get me wrong, but I've never been able to say the name correctly for some reason. I don't know why. It does not come in my mouth correctly. So I'm just gonna call it Uta for the rest of this. But Kara kicks ass. She is a girl who drinks sake during battles, wielding a giant cleaver-like sword, and still kicks ass. Like, damn. So she's already getting like flushed. You can see this in the picture. She's getting flushed, yet she's still wielding her giant sword, and she could mow down people left and right. And it's so amazing to see in action. It's like, damn, girl, you kick ass. I mean, besides looking hot as hell, she kicks ass. So I think that's a really plus plus in every single situation, don't you? Anyways, moving on to number 6, Ryoka from Tenchi Muyo. Now, Ryoka technically is an alien, yes, and she's also a space pirate, yes. She gets drunk, so you think, oh, maybe because she's an alien, she won't feel the effects of it. Nah, she still gets plastered. She still drinks a lot. But one thing I always liked about her character is that even though she gets drunk, she never lets it kind of make her weak in the process. Like she'll get drunk, she'll be like flirty and stuff like that, but she never lets herself go, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen next, or I can't fight back if someone says something cruel to me or nothing. She'll just kick ass, and she won't take shit. That's why I think I like Miroku. She's a tough as nails girl. I mean, this is definitely one of my first waifus when I watched anime originally with Tenchi Muyo and during Toonami days. So, I mean, she's deserving of being on this list, definitely. Now, next up, number 5 is Shura from Blue Exorcist. Now, Shura is hot. I noticed actually a lot of the girls that I have on this list are hot. But regardless, she gets wasted too. Another one who drinks. What a surprise. On the list of top 10 drinking characters, a girl who gets wasted. I feel like that's what I'm using as a line for every single one of these girls, to be honest. But it kind of is fitting. I mean, they are all getting drunk. And they all kind of are hot. So it's like, it works out. But Shura gets drunk, pulls a sword out from her chest, which is very odd to me still. And she'll just beat the crap out of some demons. No big deal. She purify them. She do what she's gotta do. Still kicking Rin's ass. You know, she'll kick everyone's ass and still be drunk somehow to do that, and still be wearing almost no clothing, which is weird to me. I ain't complaining, but I'm just saying it's weird. Anyways, moving on to number 4 is not a girl this time. Actually, a dude. It's Hey from Darker Than Black season 2. Now, it's specific from season 2 because Hey in season 1 doesn't drink. That's just the bottom line to it. But Hey in season 2 does get drunk a lot because he's lost his powers, unfortunately. However, just because he's lost his powers, don't think that he's a pushover. He can get drunk. He still can look like a hobo, but damn does he kick ass with his knives and his weird knives attached to like the string and stuff like that, very reminiscent to his original power that he had earlier. Dude, come on, man. Like, you know, someone loses powers usually becomes very weak. He's still someone who still kicks ass. He's still a masterclass assassin despite not having his powers that made him a masterclass assassin. That's badass to me. Anyways, but he's close. But here's number 3, Alexander the Great from Fate Zero. Now, kind of, I want to say this is pushing it a little bit, but I want to have him on this list because, dude, he's Alexander the Great. I was like, he was one of my favorite characters from Fate Zero besides, you know, the main dude. Alexander the Great will fight on his giant bison that, you know, ride into battle, or ox. I think they're actually really more ox than bison, but whatever, doesn't matter. You know, he goes, he'll make his reality marble, he'll beat the crap out of everyone there with his freaking whole bunch of, you know, troops that he leads into charge, and then he gets wasted on wines with a giant keg of wine. Dude, he's holding a giant keg of wine. Damn, like, I don't care if he might be a spirit that maybe doesn't get drunk per se, but you know what? Still, I'm presuming he gets drunk because I don't think there's too many people that could drink that much and be okay with it. Anyways, moving on to number 2, Kiraku from Bleach. Now, I remember when we first saw Kiraku, I was like, damn, he's a weird looking dude. That was my first thing of him. He's drinking sake, he's a soul reaper, and he's like, yeah, he looks like he can't be bothered to do anything. And then he gets up, pulls out his 2 scimitars, and just wails on his opponents. Dude, what the hell? That's badass. Holy shit. And you know, I found myself to actually really, like, honest to God, love this character because I think he's one of the coolest Soul Reapers in Bleach. And he doesn't get enough airtime, unfortunately. I mean, in the manga, he gets a lot more time and he kicks a lot more ass. But honestly, you know, I wish the anime would have had him a lot more because he has some of the coolest fights in the story, to be honest with you. But unfortunately, he gets what he gets. Now, at number 1 is Revie from Black Lagoon. This should not have been a surprise to anyone because I actually even said it early on that there was one other girl who can drink and just kick ass nonetheless. Revie smokes, she drinks. Two things I don't typically like girls doing in real life, but in this anime, I give it an exception. I'd be like, yeah, I still hook up with you. Revie is badass. She drinks several times during gunfights in the bar and just kicks ass nonetheless. Still using her freaking twin guns and blasts away opponents left and right. Her cutlasses beat the crap out of people, and she's like, yeah, she can't be bothered. It's like no big deal for her. You get that dark thing in her eyes, and she just goes and kills people left and right. I mean, Revie just is badass overall. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoy this top 10 list. You have no idea how many times I fucked this up during recording. Like, I had to redo this thing like a million and one times. And it's always a pain in the ass to do top 10s for me, but I enjoy bringing them out to you guys and girls because I know you like them so much. Please, if you do like it, subscribe to the channel, share the video as much as you can. And as always, guys and girls, have a safe and happy holiday. Please have a safe and happy holiday. Don't be drinking all the time. Don't be like these. These are anime characters. I said in the very beginning of this video, they can get drunk and do stupid crap. Can't do that in real life without consequence, so don't do anything stupid. Just mind your drinking. Make sure you're the appropriate age and stuff like that. That's my little PSA in part of this video. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye.